Hello and welcome to part 9 of installing a Linux system, part of the series of programming for the web. Today we're going to look at some of the settings in VirtualBox that will make your life a little bit easier when using a virtual machine. Okay, so this is the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager, and as you can see we've got the Linux Mint one highlighted. It's important that you highlight the one that you're working on and then click on Settings. Now, most of the settings should be left as is, but some of them you can change to make your life a bit easier. So the first one is under General and click on Advanced. A shared clipboard and drag and drop are quite useful. So set those two to bidirectional. Okay. Because we're going between Windows and Linux, the drag and drop might not work for everything, but it'll work for one or two items. Okay. System. Now, this should be left as is. Make sure that it's set correctly. If you've got multiple processors, okay, you can allocate more than one processor. So I've got 4 CPUs, so I can allocate a second CPU if I wish to make things work faster. Is it necessary? I don't think so, because we're not going to be doing anything too processor intensive, so I shall leave that at 1. If it does get slow, I'll take it up to 2. Never ever take it up to 4, because you'll actually have problems running your base program in Windows and so on. So leave it at that. Okay, and again, I would leave all the acceleration as the defaults. Okay, under Display, you can allocate more memory if you wish. I'm not going to be doing anything very memory intensive, so it's not really required. I'm only using the one monitor, which is actually a second monitor, and it's on there, so I don't need to use that. You might want to set 3D acceleration. On some computers this doesn't work very well, and what will happen is you'll start Linux, or you'll start the virtual machine, and you'll just get a black screen and it'll just hang. If that's the case, just close it down and come into the settings again and remove the tick from enable 3D acceleration, and everything should work okay. You probably won't have a remote display, and video capture is useful if you want to video what you're doing, so you can actually set that. At the moment I don't need this because I'm using a different system to capture my video, but if I did, I could actually set this and allow me to record my virtual machine settings in a video file. Storage, here you can see the virtual editions SO and the hard drive. Again, leave those as is. Audio, if you need to enable audio input, just tick the box. Network, I recommend you leave that as is. Okay. It's possible that if you have a problem with your network, you might want to change some of this, but really I would leave it as is if it's working. Okay. Serial ports, again, you can enable them if you wish, but I don't think anybody's got serial ports today. USB, it's using the old style USB, that works, but you can use the others if you wish. Okay. Shared folders, now this is something you might want, but it does work quite well. you do have to do some work in the Linux machine to actually make this work. So it's actually easier to use a different system, which I'll talk about later. And the user interface is the little buttons that you see at the bottom and the menu at the top. I leave it on. It's not a problem. It doesn't worry me at all. But if you wish, you can actually switch them off. It's your choice. I probably never use the ones at the top, but I will sometimes use the ones at the bottom. The icons at the bottom, for example, the network, if there's there, and the other items if necessary. Okay, so we've made some changes. So click OK, and that is the settings for your virtual machine set up. So you've changed some of the settings. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. My name's John, and I'll see you next time.